Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye, bye, bye. I felt like singing the whole intro today, man. Let's get to the intro. Welcome back to Gunners Collective TV. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell ding on all, so that way you are alerted to the content and the creation that the gun stays kicking, right? I'm going to stay kicking it, man. I'm very humbled. I appreciate your support. Thank you. I couldn't do it without you, right? So I get asked a lot of questions. And one of the questions I get asked over and over and over again is, what's a crash dummy? What is a crash dummy in prison, county jail, locked up, incarcerated? What is considered a crash dummy? Well, there's a lot of different words for it. Crash dummy, idiot, tonto, fucking torpedo. You know, and why we used to like to use the terminology torpedo. And the reason we use that, it was someone that you could pump up, or a pump up case, right? You pump them up to go do something that you necessarily didn't want to do. You could do, but you didn't feel like doing that day. You know, and I seen guys working on guys basically like fucking putting their hands like Play-Doh, molding them and mind fucking them, right? Manipulating them. And it's a form of bullying. Basically, you're telling someone something they want to hear or something they truly believe that you don't believe is for them, but you know that they have the heart or you misguide them to do something, right? And usually it's to put in some work, to do a pegada, a sticking, a removal, whatever the case may be. You could justify it however you want. Well, I'm just a soldado. I'm a savage. This is what I signed up for. I'm willing to do it. Yeah, that's what you're being told by the big homie. The homie's telling you. He's whispering in your ear. But really, it's a lot of... That's it, man. Gets you all pumped up. And the next thing you know, you're fucking doing something on the yard. You're in the oil. You're in the hole. You're in administrative segregation, doing a whole lot of nothing. Walking around counting the cracks in the ceiling, like X-Rated said. If you've truly been to the hole and done real time, then you understand where I'm coming from. Crash dummies have been around for ages. These are guys in your neighborhood that are a homeboy that you could tell them, hey, go do a bear run or go do this. And they'll do it because they want to be a part of something. They want to prove themselves. They think it's earning stripes. But really, at the end of the day, everyone's laughing behind the scenes at them. You ever had a homeboy like that? I used to have homeboys like that. Hey, fool, come here. What are you doing right now? Nothing. I'm just right here with my old lady. I mean, fuck her, man. Come here. That's what I'm trying to do. She was with the black dude last night. Come here. Right? What happened, bro? Yeah, hey, look, we're fucking, we're going to barbecue, but we need you to go into Food for Less and steal all the carne. Why I always got to do it, bro? Why not? For the barrio. Oh, I got it. Right? And next thing you know, you guys are fucking barbecuing and the homeboy don't even get a taco. Cold-blooded. It's a cold-blooded situation, but crash dummies are treated that way. They're treated less than, when really, in all actuality, they're the ones putting in the work for the neighborhood. They're the ones doing the thing that you necessarily didn't want to do. No, not me. Not 4-0. I beat the boots down with the 2x4. Or would I? No, I don't need to. I got a crash dummy to do it for me. That's just how it is, man. You're getting laughed at behind the scenes. Now, I wanted to tell you guys a story about a little homie. And this dude had heart. He had major heart, but heart isn't enough. Let's be real here. When you're a gang member, okay, you're going to be judged by your fellow peers, by your other homies, based upon your appearance, your cleanliness, the work and level of amount you put in, how much you're dedicated to the cause, what you're willing to do for the cause, you know, and you'll see it. And everyone's not on the same level. You got homeboys that ain't never put in a lick of work. You ain't never seen them do shit. Either they don't want you to see it, they're smart enough to do it without you, or to do it on their own. Or they just haven't had to because they got that look. They got that big mustache or the tattoos or whatever they got that makes you think, oh, shit, that's a homie right there. Yeah, he's a homie in theory. But in all actuality, you are the homie more than he is. He's just a hang around. He's just a vato that has that certain look. And yes, it does mean something. If a vato's wearing all the bands and G'd up from the feet up in the neighborhood, oh, man, homie's a gangster. He's a gangster. Well, what's so gangster about him? The way he dresses? The tattoos he got but didn't earn? Is that the gangster in him? I don't know, right? I've never been into that. Tattoos I got came from prison. came from doing time. Didn't come from necessarily stabbings or killings or maimings or none of that. Came from boredom. Yes, I do have tattoos that I've earned on my body. There are tattoos that I have that I absolutely would not have if I didn't earn them in all actuality. But in real life, a lot of the tattoos that you see a lot of these guys get is because they're bored. Someone has a tattoo machine and, hey, fuck it. Put my daughter's name right here. You know what I mean? Do something with your time. You know, hey, it's the element of cops and robbers. Hey, let's do something illegal in here. That's usually what it is. The fact. When you see dudes all blasted back from head to toe automatically, oh, he did time. Oh, he's a gangster. He's hardcore. Not necessarily. Some dudes just got a whole bunch of shit on them because they want a whole bunch of shit on them. That's just a fact. Doesn't mean they're any harder than a guy that doesn't have a fucking dot on his body. That's the truth, right? I'm going to give you the real knowledge you can't get in college. Real game. So this young homie, we were in the county jail. The first time that I really seen him do time, he was doing all right. You know, he was embraced by the cause, by the Nortenos. He was functioning. But there was a homeboy that was in there, and the homeboy's name was Spike, right? This homeboy, not a lot of people in my city like him. You know, at one point in time, he was very well respected. Still is respected. He's a hitter. Leave him alone, right? But this dude used to like to bully people. He'd like to get little young Northerners around him and kind of change the game, turn them into crash dummies. See, his thing wasn't educating homies on how to get out and get a job and give back to the cause that way. His thing wasn't on, you know, seeing a homeboy be a family man and being proud of him. Like, hey, man, you're a good little homie. You grew up in the neighborhood, didn't have much. I seen the family you come from. I'm happy to see you come up. His thing was about tearing you down and molding you up. He was a pimp, basically, is what he was. But he utilized his own people to do dirt for him. Hey, when you get out the county, homie. And he was always in the county jail, always for some fucking, some bullshit fighting hot ones, or it was always some aggressive shit. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say he wasn't putting in his work, because he was. He was definitely about that life. But he liked other people around him to do more than he was doing. And he was doing a whole lot. And so this youngster from my neighborhood was in there. And I knew he wasn't really about it. He had heart. He'd fight. He'd defend the casa. He was your typical Northerner. But above and beyond that, that's about what he was going to be. He wasn't striving to be something extra. He was never, it wasn't like when he was on the streets, he wasn't running around with red rags in his back pocket and pushing up on Southsiders and hunting and looking for fools and talking about prison politics and are you active? He wasn't none of that. He was, when he got locked up, he handled his business with his people and conducted himself the way he was supposed to do, not frivolous, but righteous. And then when he got out, he was a fucking playboy. He used to be out there with all the chicks and doing his thing at all the house parties, kicking and just kicking. And he was on his SWV shit. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. He was trying to escape. He wasn't doing none of that fucking crazy shit. But he happened to go to the county jail when this dude had the county jail under control. Now I was there. And being that I'm about the similar age of the dude Spike, he never tried to approach me. Like at one time he got at me kind of crazy. And I'm going to tell you guys a story on how it almost went down. It almost went down, man. He got that close to getting gone, and I got that close to, I know he was going to get me gone. But I'm sitting there in the county jail, and this youngster comes in. And in fact, he was already there when I got there. And I'm like, what's up, bro? Because he's from the neighborhood, so it's automatic love. I was like, bro, you need anything? I came with a little bit of feria. I got you. Because I know he came from a family. They didn't have much. Like his mom was a single mother. His father was in prison in and out of his life. I knew his brothers and sisters well. I just knew the whole get down with them. Most people that are from your neighborhood, you know. Now, my neighborhood's kind of bigger, so there's dudes that are from the neighborhood that I don't know their whole history. But him, I did. He was like actual factual from the turf, right? And he's like, no, homie, the homies looked out. I'm good. You know, I said, well, if anything, bro, you know, let me know if you're having any issues. Now, I see the dude Spike, and automatically my demeanor changes. Like, fuck, this high-powered dude. You ever been around high-powered dudes? When you're in a module, you're on a tier or in jail, you're just like, damn, bro, this motherfucker, right? I don't want to be around this dude. Doing time around this guy, he's always angry. He's always upset. He's always bitter. He's always stupid. It's always some type of drama with him. And of course, as soon as I get there, hey, homie, I get cleared, right? Go through the Northerner clearance process. And automatically, he's on it. Hey, bro, this fucking homie's down on the theater. I think he's in question. I was in San Quentin. I'm like, bro, this is county jail. I'm just trying to do my time. Get the fuck out of here. I only got 5-6 days to do. But in the meantime, in between time, this Vato's like, hey, I don't know, when we go to the yard, we're going to have to fucking have a junta. We're going to have to do this. He's already wanting to remove everybody on the thing. He just wants to be himself. Maybe me, if I'm lucky, on the tier. So I'm not feeling the get down. So I'm like, hey, bro, I just got here. I just pulled up. Let me see what's happening, right? Let me see who all is here from the hood. Who's all here homies, right? Oh, this homie's here. This, I don't fuck with these dudes from Levi's. I don't fuck with these dudes from Los Baños. No. They don't mess with you. Let's keep it real. No one does. I don't even. And so I seen him always with this youngster. We'd go to yard once or twice a week, every 3 days. And there was no shenanigans going on, but there was always some type of drama. Like, there was a lot of tension. Homies couldn't just program and do their time. And I hated that as a northerner. Every time he went to the yard, there was a whole lot of tension. There was always things going on behind the scenes. Like everybody was like, damn, am I going to get whacked? Is it going to be me? Dudes that were like righteous, that never did anything wrong. Like, fuck, bro, you got this dude. He's controlled. And how the fuck he was able to have the county under him was just because of the notorious nature of his being, right? Like I said, he wasn't no sucker, man. He was feared on the streets and respected. But if you really knew, you knew. Like, this dude was a stone cold killer and a punk at the same time. Like, he was a sucker, man. He treated his people bad. He was a bandito. Anyways, right? And I have nothing personal against him, just the facts. So anyways, he got this little youngster. And what happened was there was a guy that came in from a different city. He was from the county, though. He was from Los Baños. And he was in question. Meaning he had got involved in something on the streets. There was a burglary that happened where they burned another homeboy. They broke into another homeboy's house, slapped up his old lady, whatever, got in, got out, right? And so he was in question for that. Now, at the same time, that didn't mean he wasn't a righteous Norteno. He wasn't really about the gang, right? Wasn't really about Norte gang. Wasn't really about that. But he was in question. He had some questions and there were some answers that needed to be told. But that didn't mean that this dude Spike could jump the gun and basically be like, hey, we're going to remove this guy because he's in question. That's the type of dude he was. Didn't matter what it was. He didn't give you your due process. He didn't ask you like, hey, he was automatically like, hey, this fool's all bad. Let's get him. Like, he was all eager and happy. I hate motherfuckers like that, right? Just happy to fucking get rid of your own people, whack your own people consistently. But he never wanted to do it himself. He was already looking at time. So he got the little homie and I could see him pumping him up. So I pulled the little homie to the side because he was from my neighborhood, not that fool's neighborhood. That fool was just from the west side, just like a broad fucking neighborhood. Like I claim everything. And I was like, what's up with Spike, bro? What's he telling you? And he says, yeah, he's all in my ear, bro. He's telling me that I need to get rid of that dude. Like I need to pull something out and do my thing. And I was like, bro, we haven't even fucking figured out what's going on with that dude yet. There's no paperwork on that dude. There's just some people saying that he broke into a homie's house. We don't even know if that's the truth. He got some burglary. Yes, it does look a little suspicious. I'm going to be real. And that's why he's kept at a distance. He's on freeze, bro. But that doesn't mean that you got to get off. Now, let me explain to you what freeze means. Freeze means you're kept outside of the loop of the household business. What's going on? You know, eventually, if everything works out in your favor, you can be embraced and, hey, you can get involved in the reindeer games. But for the most part, your ass is going to stay over there on that wall with a couple hitters on you. So to make sure that you don't act a little froggy and try to leap. Okay, period. So the little homie's like, what do I do, bro? He's saying that, you know what I'm saying? That if I want to fucking prove myself, prove yourself to who? To him? I was like, no, it ain't that type of situation. Look, I'm telling you right now, if you're going, I'm going. Right? So Spike sees me talking to him, gets at me. Hey, what's up, dog? What's up, homie? You know what I'm saying? What's up? I'm not. And trying to play nice to me because he knows I know. And I'm like, hey, bro, what's up? Why are you gonna do the little homie like that? Twist him. He's like, nah, bro. He wants to strive. Striving means he wanted to be involved, right? He wanted to prove himself. He wanted to earn his stripes. I said, I get that, bro, but the way you're using him, like you're forcing him. You know, you don't force no one. You ask him, you know, hey, are you willing to defend the cause? Yes. Hey, bro, all right, your numbers come up. Kind of like a little puppy. Let me talk to you. I say, what we did to Pieface he wasn't weak, I say. And you know he wasn't weak either. It was one of those moves, right? Where, yes, puppy, you got to do what you got to do. But at the same time, I'm going to ask you nicely. You know, was he talking to you, homie? Was he talking? He was talking to him, but he wasn't in a position to demand. He was in a position to command. Command meaning command the troops, the collective, to strive and be elite, but not to demand people to do his bidding because he wanted to do it. And so anyways, the youngster gets pumped up. He's ready to go. I go with him. Okay, we do the little removal. We get off. It was just a hands-on, no weapons involved. We jump on, oh boy, another little homie fucking jumps in the mix too, and boom, boom, boom. And the homies were mad at me. Why'd you get off, bro? You didn't have to get off. I say, he's from my neighborhood, bro. I ain't gonna, the dude that they were getting on was pretty big compared to him. Nah. What happened was after that, we got separated, right? I went to the front, right? They had some cells in the front of the county jail because we're in the old county jail. There's some cells in the front where they isolate you or separate you. I knew I was going to go there for a few days and they were going to bring me back because they can't keep you in that fucking place for a long time. This youngster, they put him in Sandy Mush. They separated him from everyone, right? Man, he turned into a monster. He did removal after removal. He got involved in everything to ultimately, he ended up catching a life sentence, right? As soon as he got to prison to Tracy, he got involved in a removal there and he picked up a life sentence. He was sat in Pelican Bay for years. I don't know where he's at right now, but he's somewhere in the system caught up. He got turned into a crash dummy. He got turned into someone and he created a monster. And some people are like that. Once they get the feel for it and they get over that hurdle, because you're nervous when you do a pegada. You're nervous when you do a stabbing. Anyone who does it in prison is nervous. Okay, it's just the way it is. A lot of things going through your mind. Am I going to get caught? Am I going to get more time? Is he going to take the knife from me? What the hell's going on here? So anyways, fast forward. He's got life now. I go to Tracy. I go do my thing. I get out. It's years later. I got a good homeboy, right? Fuck with this homeboy tough. And my homeboy was balling out of control at this point, right? And he's a homie I grew up with since we're kids. So it's all love. Anything he's got, I got, and vice versa. No questions asked. No questions asked. We were in YA together. He done Fed time. I did state time. It's just like we were always on the same trajectory, right? A lot of love for each other. One of my best friends. But he was balling out of control. And he had a little spot. He called it the Spiggity, right? It was just his little cut spot. Not his family's home, but his own little spot that he rented where that's where he kept his shit and did his thing. And so not very many people knew that spot. Maybe me, his brother, and that was about it. And I was surprised I even knew. But he was a best friend of mine. So anyways, bam, I knew a spot. It's well protected. No one knows, whatever. I would never do a homeboy dirty. Never going to double back, rob him. Never. It's not even crossing my mind. Like, that's not going to happen because everything he has is mine. He told me one time, hey, I know what you're thinking, right? I could take all this money off the table and bounce, right? But you can't take what's already yours. Meaning everything he had was mine already. I just didn't know it yet. So I said, yeah, man, I get that. It was all good, right? Well, he did a lot of willing and dealing with the dude's bike, meaning that they were good friends outside of what I used to tell him. Like, hey, I do it because believe it or not, even though the homeboy was a baller, even though the homeboy was this, and he was even older than me by a couple of years. I still was considered the big homie to him in the prison lifestyle. Being that I went to YA before, when he got there, man, I'm the one that looked out with a care package. I'm the one that took care of him. I'm the one that fucking fights for him. Yeah, he got down. He handled his business, but I was there like, hey, homie, I got this, man. You're my boy. Don't even try. Ain't no one gonna fucking fuck with you. You know, so, and his carnal, who's a good friend of mine, was like, man, take care of my brother. I got him. No one's gonna touch him, right? Besides, he's gonna catch phase. He's gonna do his thing. He's gonna rep the city. He's gonna do that on gang. Norte gang. He's gonna represent Sur gang. He's gonna rep. But he's not going to fucking, don't worry, ain't no one jumping on him or nothing if I'm there. And that's how we proceeded. And we became good friends, best of friends, right? Got out, fucking got homes together, fucking chilled with chicks together. Like, we really did our thing. It's my boy. That's why I was trusted enough to be around what he had going on. Now, he had been doing business with this dude, Spike, who I didn't care for. And I told him, hey, man, I don't like this dude. Whatever. Anyways, homeboy catches a Fed case. My boy, he ends up getting caught up in a sting operation by the feds, right? So he gets at me, calls on the phone, and in a certain decipherous way, he tells me, you need to go clean up the Spiggity, right? I got shit there. Tuck whatever you got to tuck, clean up, whatever, right? All right, bam. So I tell his brother, hey, we got to go over there and clean this shit out. He wants us to move this. You know what he wants us to do as well. Sure enough, right? So when we go over there, we pull up, and I see like a flashlight, and I'm like, what the fuck? No, homie's only been locked up since this morning. Don't no one know the spot. When we get there, who you think's there? That dude Spike's halfway through the window trying to go in there. I pull up on him like, what the fuck you doing, bro? Fuck, how does he even know about this shit? Oh, man, he called me. He told me to come clean it out. I know he didn't do that because he wouldn't do that with this guy, right? And I'm like, man, this guy's different. This is the type of dude. He's a slick back motherfucker. He's a pimp named Slipback. You got to watch him, right? So I tell my homie, the homie's brother, like that's, sitting in the federal detention, like, hey, bro, watch this dude. Sure enough, we're up in that motherfucker. Now he's with us. So he's like, yeah, I'm just going to help you guys. I got a U-Haul. I'm going to help you guys clear it out. This motherfucker already got a U-Haul, right? He was trying to clear some shit out. He was trying to take couches, microwaves, gold chains, money, whatever was in there. So, of course, my boy's brother, he's a big OG. He's like, he's shutting shit down. Like, nah, we're moving this. Nah, bro. And that dude, I could see he has something in his waistband, bro. He has one of them things. I'm like, oh, man. And, hey, there was a point where my boy's brother walked out to the bathroom or to go do something, take a piss or whatever, do a gagger. I don't know what he was doing. And I went for his shit. And hey, homie, get the fuck up out of here. He was like, all right, I see what it is. I'll be back, though. I was like, oh wow. So I called the homie called later on the next day to his sister's pad. I got on the phone with him like, hey, did you send this dude? And he was like, fuck no, bro. I said, that fool, I don't know how he knew about your spot. If you told him, he goes, I took him there once. I said, that motherfucker was already there to clean you out, bro. That's the scandalous individual he was. The type that would utilize the homeboys and then burn them when they're locked up. It's a crazy situation. Anyways, with that being said, that's the definition of a crash dummy. Someone who gets pumped up to do something, not against their will, something they necessarily wouldn't do. We should do it in YA all the time. Torpedoes all the time. Little young homies that get there that really don't got the look or really don't got, the heart. And it's like, hey, bro, go sock that dude over there for me. Why? Why can't you do it? I said sock him. Okay, all right. You know what I mean? Red on red, stupid, man. Thumbs up or thumbs down. He's going to be the head that wears the crown. I hope you enjoyed the story. The definition of a crash out, a crash dummy. It's exactly what they are, man. I'm going to stay wearing this crown. I appreciate the support. Tap in with the collective clips because I'm dropping super upon super duper. I don't even know, man. The super duper scooper picker upper. We're going over there, man. Collective clips. Tap in with the Dubs, the Dub S channel, and Dub S World. Go support the homie. Man, go support Gaming with Rise. That's the homie right there, man. Gaming_Rise. Go support them. And of course, Cheeks. And of course, High Power Fitness, Food and Felons. There's so many. I could go above and beyond and above. And if you're happen to be in the Turlock area, go tap in with Audio Liquors. And shout out to my boy